See if you can take a wild guess what this video card is called. I will give you one hint. Correct. It is the EVGA GTX 295 Red Edition, and that's literally what it is. It's a big red GTX 295. Now, you know there's two GTX 295s right now from EVGA. There's actually a few overclock versions, but there's ones with a backplate and ones without a backplate. And this is the one with a backplate, which is also in red. So the GTX 295 is a dual GPU PCI Express 2.0 video card. It's for enthusiasts with big monitors. It's not for everybody. It's heavy, it's expensive, it produces a lot of heat, but it also has incredible gaming performance. It's basically the memory setup of a GTX 260 multiplied by 2 with the shaders and the GPU of a GTX 285 multiplied by 2 as well. So you're kind of getting a 260, 280 hybrid and then doubled. So that's what's inside the GTX 295. Now the Red Edition doesn't offer anything else. It's just really cool looking. So if you have a clear-sided case, it's going to look really sharp. Just to give you an idea what you're going to see on it, this is what it's going to look like inside of your case. So first of all, it's just going to be all red. You are going to see the EVGA logo is very cool right over here, like this polished chrome. And pretty much the coolers over here, all the heat fins are out, and that's what you're going to see inside your case. It looks very sharp. Inside of your case, you're gonna look cool no matter what. You can't hide it. It costs a little bit more money, but not much. You're just paying for a slight color difference. In the end, everything else is about the same. Let's talk a little bit about shaders, power, core clocks, and stuff like that. Now, a card like this, it can't run the same core clocks as the GTX 285. It's got two GPUs. There's literally two PCBs in here. There's one right here, and there's another one right here, and there's a GPU right on each side of it, and then it shares the cooler. So if they can't run those 600 plus megahertz frequency clocks, they're running 576 on these GPUs, but there's two of them. So keep them in mind. That's a lot of memory. Now there's two GPUs. The shaders are the same. It's 240 of them. Now you have 480 because there's double. So again, inside here there's two printed circuit boards. You got double the shaders. The memory though is not like the GTX 285 where you have a gig on a 512 bus. Here you have 896 per, which is 1792 total. So 1.8 gigabytes total memory, and it's on a 448-bit bus versus the 512-bit bus. It's a little smaller, a little bit less memory throughput, but you get just as much performance from that. Very close. You know, only when you turn on features like anti-aliasing or anisotropic filtering are you going to see drops in frame rates based upon losing memory, where you're going to need more memory. That's only going to be in a few games like Crysis, Far Cry 2, Fallout 3. Few other games are going to do that. The rest of the games are not going to react at all. Now on top of that, you have 28 ROPs. You have 80 texture filtering units per GPU, so that brings your total up to 160. All the other stuff that you can imagine is going to be the same. CUDA, physics, SLI. These cards only do two-way SLI or quad SLI since there's two GPUs. You can't do three of these together. That would not work. As you can see, you only got one connector for SLI right here. Hey, you want to pay attention? Zoom in. Come on. You got one connector here, so you're going to do one-way SLI. That's the way that works. Now let's talk a little bit about power right there. You have a 6-pin and an 8-pin. You're going to need about 680 watts. You're going to need about 46 amps on your positive 12-volt rail to get this to work properly. If you want to do SLI or the quad SLI, 4-way SLI, 1,000 watts, 70 amps minimum. So that is a lot. I'll show you this side of it. Pretty much, you're going to see you got dual link DVI eyes right there. Those are powered by 400 megahertz RAM DACs, two of them, one for each connector. Up to 2560 by 1600 maximum resolution and 240 hertz. You also have the HDMI, and included in the box is this little tiny cable. This is an audio loop cable or an SPDIF 2-pin cable. Pretty much it's going to go from your SPDIF on your motherboard to the card. It actually plugs in, pretty much going to plug in right there, the 2-pin connector, and that's going to let you get audio through your HDMI. So you're going to plug in your HDMI and send it to your receiver, your TV, and you'll have 7.1 channel audio. That also supports HDCP or high bandwidth digital content protection, so you can do Blu-rays and HD DVDs, or something that has DRM over the web that's 1080p that you download. You can do that as well. Not a problem. HDCP and HDMI support are on board. So you're going to need that. DirectX 10, Shader Model 4.0, OpenGL 3.0, SLI, CUDA, you name it, this card will do it. So very cool card, awesome color. Got to give it to them on the color. It looks cool. And I'm not really too sure what made them say, hey, let's make a card in red and call it the Red Edition. But it's pretty cool, especially if you have a nice case. If you're kind of into that computer couture, you know, you want everything to look cool. Nice card, the EVGA GTX 295 Red Edition. If you have any questions, email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the EVGA GeForce GTX 295 Red Edition, type in E145-0290 into the search engine of any of these major retailers. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.
Yeah.